This was reported by an Associated Press reporter who was on this flight from Houston to Albuquerque on Friday. And now Southwest is acknowledging this incident, and it says in a statement,
it's everywhere. It's literally everywhere. It's at the top of rap music charts, and now it's 30,000 feet in the air. Everywhere we turn, Let's Go Brandon is sweeping the nation. In this video, we're going to see how the mainstream media is going absolutely hysterical over the pilot's announcement. We're going to find out that there are reports that the media is misreporting what actually happened. And stick with me to the very end of this video when we'll find out why, regardless of what actually happened, both Bumblin Biden's and the media's reputations are in absolute tatters. You are not going to want to miss this. Greetings, everyone. Dr. Stevie with you. Great to be with you as always. And speaking of being with you, I want to see you in person in Phoenix, Arizona for our next stop with the American Freedom Tour. I'll be there with Donald Trump Jr., Candace Owens, and Kayleigh McEnany on November 19th and 20th. And you can join me in Phoenix by clicking on the link below to register. And to make it even sweeter, if you're one of the first 200 people to click on that link and register, you're going to be invited to our exclusive Friday night Turley Talks live Q&A where we'll meet each other. And I'm even going to take out one of you for dinner. But there's only a few spots left to get invited to the exclusive Q&A. So don't wait. Make sure to click on that link. Fill out your registration. I cannot wait to see you in Phoenix. All right, gang, let's dive right in here. As you may have heard, a Southwest Airlines pilot is under investigation as of today for purportedly signing off with what the left-wing activists disguised as journalists are calling the divisive phrase, and that, of course, is "Let's Go Brandon."
Out of the east, about 7 or 8 miles an hour. Good visibility, mostly clear skies, 77 degrees. Thanks for coming out and flying with Southwest Airlines. Welcome aboard. And remember, let's go Brandon.
Remember, let's go Brandon. I love it. Now, if you're one of the few who don't know, Let's Go Brandon originated several weeks back when an NBC reporter was interviewing Brandon Brown, who just won a big NASCAR race in Talladega, Florida. And, well, I'll just let this speak for itself. Check it out.
Thank you to all of our partners. Oh my God, it's just such an unbelievable moment.
Brandon, you also told me, as you can hear the chants from the crowd, "Let's go Brandon." Brandon, you told me you were gonna kind of hang back those first two stages and just watch and learn. What did you learn that helped you there in those closing laps?
Oh my God, it was learning how each line didn't stay to one. Everything shifted top to bottom so much.
So that's where "Let's Go Brandon" originated. The chant has since become a double entendre, as it were. So at one level, it's obviously a sanitized way of saying F Joe Biden, an SFW version, right? A safe for work version. But at another level, and I think even more profoundly, it symbolizes the way the mainstream media deliberately attempts to cover up the massive disparagement and disgust that voters have with Bumblin Biden and the Democrats. And to me, that's the key to understanding this phenomenon. It's not just a matter of sanitizing a phrase with the F word. It's bringing out the ongoing and nonstop deliberate attempts by the mainstream media to lie about and deceive the American people when it comes to this senile old man that they, the mainstream media, did everything they could to campaign for. Even the British press has begun to openly admit that the U.S. media did everything it possibly could to campaign for Joe Biden, even deliberately and intentionally covering up the Hunter Biden laptop scandal so as to protect Bumblin Biden from any political harm. So Let's Go Brandon's become a symbol of rebellion against both Biden's incompetent idiocy and the mainstream media's lies and cover-ups. And of course, it's even surged to the top of rap music charts. Rapper Los Alexander's hit #1 on iTunes with his new hit single, "Let's Go Brandon," which originally went viral on TikTok before hitting the charts. And so what this Southwest pilot did is simply echo a refrain that's become a symbol of the rot that has infested our political and media institutions. Or did he? A number of investigative online sleuths are questioning the mainstream media's narrative in all this. They believe he instead said, "Let's go Braves," referring to the Atlanta baseball team in the World Series.
Out of the east, about 7 or 8 miles an hour. Good visibility, mostly clear skies, 77 degrees. Thanks for coming out and flying with Southwest Airlines. Welcome aboard. And remember, let's go Brandon.
Now, as you can tell, the audio gets cut off, so it's very hard to hear, but it is being observed that what triggered the AP reporter who was supposedly on the flight was not "Let's go Brandon," but "Let's go Braves." And any adverse reaction among passengers could be explained that they were in Houston when he made that announcement. And Houston are, of course, Astro fans, not Braves fans. But to make the story even more complicated, it is being reported that that audio that we just featured for you, the pilot's voice, that was from earlier in October, a couple of weeks before the incident over the weekend. So needless to say, this whole thing is getting more and more confusing by the day. And that confusion, of course, stems at least in part from the fact that nobody trusts the mainstream media anymore. The very same media that functioned as a Democrat super PAC, as surrogates for the Joe Biden campaign, and continue to cover up his obvious incompetencies, can no longer be relied on as arbitrators of reliable information. And that's why I believe that no matter what actually happened on that flight, the damage has already been done to both Biden and the media. They're both sinking together in the sea of lies and deception that they together created and perpetuated. But first, very quickly, make sure to click on that link below and register for our Patriot Live virtual event, November 12th and 13th, where I and several guests will show you how to lead your family to freedom without sacrificing your beliefs, values, or God-given rights. So if you click on that link below right now, you're going to get 40% off your tickets, but that offer expires this week. So don't wait. Click on that link below and find out more. Get 40% off your tickets, and I'll see you for a virtual weekend you'll never forget in just a couple of weeks. All right, look at this poll that just came out. Only 36% of Dems want Biden to run again. I mean, you've got to let that hit you. When nearly 70% of your party wants you to go away, how on earth are you going to convince the majority of independents to vote for you? According to the latest ABC Ipsos poll, only 25% of the public believes that Biden's Build Back Better absurdity is going to help them. According to the latest CBS poll, 66% of respondents believe that the current levels of inflation are being caused directly by Biden's policies. As public confidence erodes, Biden, of course, is being publicly caught sleeping at the Conference of Parties in Scotland meeting over the ridiculous and already failed Paris Accords. And of course, the media reported on it the only way a feckless and failing media could.
This is the fifth day of the president's overseas tour, and he was seen on camera with his eyes closed. It appears that perhaps he was dozing, and in these settings, cameras are all around, and the camera caught President Biden, who turned 79 later this month, with his eyes closed for a period of time. And you're right, these can be embarrassing situations. You have the contrast of leaders, including President Biden, calling for the urgency of these issues of addressing climate, and a moment like that in a session can be a political obstacle for a moment.
It appears that perhaps maybe, just maybe, perhaps it appears that he was sleeping. We can't say for sure, but it does appear, it seems, perhaps, he was sleeping after telling us that the Paris Accords was the most important moment in human history. I mean, is it any wonder that both Biden and the media are crashing and burning together? Now, just in case you were wondering, here's how the video of Biden ended. He's clearly rubbing his eyes. The guy's doing everything he can to stay awake, even clapping when no one else is. It's being reported, by the way, that later in the day, he appeared to have resolved the issue. If you're listening on the podcast, there's a picture of Biden with minion glasses on with his eyes wide open. It's very, very cute. And of course, President Trump couldn't help himself. He tweeted out, even Biden couldn't stand hearing so much about the global warming hoax. Biden went to Europe saying global warming is his highest priority and then promptly fell asleep. So all of this is to say is that the Let's Go Brandon phenomenon is here to stay. It's a brilliant refrain that captures the sentiments of tens of millions of Americans, indeed tens of millions of people around the world, that calls out both the inept incompetencies of a senile old man as well as the mainstream media that deceptively props up this national absurdity. Now, before you go, you will definitely want to check out my video on how rednecks are saving civilization. It's going to absolutely make your day. So make sure to click on the link and I'll see you over there. God bless. Let's go, Brandon.